Mm-hmm.
We're up though.
It happens.
We should be.
It's not a week late.
You know what? We're doing really well today by not being. We were here last week, guys. This is a new record, 2 in a row. You know, as sad as it might be true, except maybe like our first
No.
couple episodes,
Yeah.
when we were like really committed and dedicated. Welcome, welcome to the Snack Network live for November 30th, 2021. My name is Dave Moore. Joining me, of course, is Grouchy Serge, the Fat Man in Vegas. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Dave? Today
Hey.
is today is Tuesday. We recorded a week ago.
I know it's
This
wild.
makes two Tuesdays in a row.
Yeah, yeah. We're doing really well.
We're
I
delivering upon promises.
I was typing in the like setting up the show notes, doing all the stuff, getting the
And
live
you
stream
just
type.
wanted to put the notes for next week.
I no, I looked at it. I thought about just moving it to December 6th or whatever it should be the next time we would have been here.
Mhm.
Um, but I also realized that we're going into December tomorrow, right? Which freaked me out because that means like we're only a couple episodes away from being like, "Welcome to the Snack Network Live for January 2022," and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's almost 2022." Like it's
It's like, where did 2020 go?
Where did 2020 go? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It's not. It's like it's been 2021. It's felt like 2021, right? But like early 2020 like disappeared, and then it was 2021, and then it's late 2021, and I'm like, what? What happened? Like obviously I know what happened, but just like that transition to realize we've gone this far is insane.
It really is.
It's not been 2 years. And I'm like, yep, it sure has. By March of early next year, it'll have been two
Yeah.
years. Uh,
I
and
tell time by the age of my kids.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
you're growing.
see,
Time must be proceeding.
see that must be dangerous though. Like I've grown up, I've been around enough kids who are growing up, and you know how like there's always the uncle who's like, wow, you got taller, right? Yeah, until the point where you're like, I'm almost kind of that uncle where you're like,
Hmm.
I saw you last Christmas and you were like 4'8", like you were short, and you come in and you walk in and they're like, oh, I'm 6'2" now, and it's literally only been like 9 months,
Yeah.
like it hasn't been that long. You're like, how did you get taller than me? Like
Hmm.
you were this scrawny little child, and like not that long ago.
And if kids were smart, they'd be like, "Yeah, thanks for being a part of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
You could have seen this happen instead of just watching time lapse photos."
It's wild, dude. It is. It's kind of scary.
I know, and then they get older and they stop growing, and then it's like, "Hey, last year I saw you were skinny. What happened? Oh, look at a little pudgy
it's
there,
it's
and you got a beard. That's cute."
it's kind of like, and there's a lot of TikToks about this, at least targeted towards me and my age range and demographic, that like are like adults, like the boomer generation. I know boomers. And then, but just like, to be serious, like our generation, our parents' generations, and whatever, look at us, and we got like cemented into a time frame of an age, and that's the age they think we are. And like
Forever.
I kind of understand it now as I watch like a kid become like an adult sized human, and then you're like, yep, you won't change now.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's weird. It's weird.
it's 100% weird.
How you
And then when they're your own, it makes it even weirder.
how are you doing? I'm just clearly dealing with time and space, and
Uh, Obviously, Dave has time issues.
yeah, no,
I didn't mean to bring it up when I said 2020. I'm sorry.
yeah, no,
Oh,
this is it's been weird. I've got something weird to taste today because we always
well,
taste something here.
you mean your mistake?
I did. I brought a mistake. I have 85 options in that refrigerator now. Right? Like
Hmm.
it's been literally since July where we've had like a cram shoot 30 videos in a row session, other than like the Halloween videos. right? And so my wide selection of things is continuing to expire. And
Expire. I mean, my thing says it expires January 24th. Very specific, by the way, of 2022.
wow.
I
Well,
want to hold it till January
this
25th.
this probably doesn't expire. I don't actually know. I not in this lighting am I possibly going to read that date.
Well, it will not be expiring.
This is not going to be expired, nor is it already expired. But I brought a Bang energy drink with me, as I do seem to do frequently on this channel, and I brought the cotton candy flavor. Why do I own
Oh,
this? I'm not sure.
because your regrets taste like cotton candy and gin.
You know what? If I had some gin and I didn't have to edit 45 videos today, maybe that would be a good idea.
The one thing I'm noticing is that every time I talk to you, you tell me you have about 45 videos to edit.
Uh-huh.
And that number changes every conversation.
That's because
And
I
then
keep
over the next
we
week, I
shoot
see
some.
like 4 videos go up.
That's because that's about what I got time for. Also,
I
also, this was a crazy week. How was your Thanksgiving?
um we, so leading up to Thanksgiving, we had a child in quarantine for 2 weeks.
Right, right. I knew that.
So we just decided to
Cancel it.
be lazy and do nothing. So I made 2 large pots of smoked mac and cheese.
Wow. Sounds kind of nice.
That was it.
I look.
I bought some stuff to make potatoes and stuffing,
I,
just in case I decided to crave Thanksgiving sides.
if anybody was at any of the Thanksgivings I attended, know that I love you and you're wonderful. But I had 3 Thanksgivings. I had to eat turkey 3 times.
You could have just eaten sides.
I don't love the sides. I'm a weirdo. It's me. It's not them.
Speaking of sides, I went to work and somebody was making something for the first time, so she brought a piece for me to try, and it was sweet potato pie,
Okay, never had it.
which neither have I. And me being a glutton for punishment, I was like, sure, I'll try this random food that you've never made before and want me to tell you that it tastes good.
It's always a risk. Always a risk.
Ah. So evidently, sweet potato pie, very similar to pumpkin pie,
Okay.
except for
It tastes like sweet potatoes.
it tastes better.
Okay.
I'm not a pumpkin pie fan. It's okay. I guess you have to make it well. Sometimes it's too slimy. Sometimes it tastes too much like pumpkin.
Sometimes it's too
Like maybe
dry.
there's too much spice in there or
I
whatever.
I
But the
found that.
sweet potato pie in general, it was very similar consistency, and sweet potato is very similar flavored to a pumpkin pie as well. But it's a little bit more sweet, and I enjoyed that.
All right, here's the real question, the real hard hitting question. Are you a cake or a pie guy?
I grew up more of a cake guy.
I'm definitely a cake guy. Pumpkin pie is fine. I don't dislike pumpkin pie, but it seems like it's very hit or miss. Apple pie, I think
Well,
is
if it's homemade, like homemade pies are better.
yeah, right.
Like
That's
pumpkin pie, apple pie. What other pies are there? Like
key lime
that's where I
pie,
stop. Like, yeah, I don't know. I had the Kit Kat and it wasn't that great.
rhub, rhubarb pie.
No, yeah. See, this is why I'm not a pie guy. Pecan pie.
I like pecan pie. I like pies. I just don't eat a lot of pies. I also like, I don't know. I fill up on the meat and the food at the table, and then I'm like, "You guys want dessert?" And you're like, "Wait a minute. I was supposed to eat dessert."
See, I think the problem is like if we would have grown up 20 to 40 years earlier, we might be pie guys. I think the art of making pies is dying out because it's a longer, more complicated process. Like to truly make an apple pie, you make your own crust. You don't buy the store-bought crust. And then you chop up your apples and you cook them and you saute them and you do whatever and you put it in there and then you painstakingly put those little strips over the top
We've
and then you bake it. Whereas with a cake, you just kind of like mix some crap together, throw it in the oven, and it comes out.
and the cake comes out really good. Like whether you,
Yeah,
whether you make a cake from scratch or you just make a cake like from a box, like both versions of that cake are both pretty good.
yeah.
And pie is not the same. You need to put a lot of effort and work and love into making a
Maybe,
pie.
maybe I was wrong previously, maybe the problem between like the 50s and now and the difference in our waistline isn't fast food, it's the cake and pie argument. Whereas back then, people had more time to make pies.
I feel like pies were probably always going to expand your waistline. Anyway, speaking of expanding my waistline, cotton candy bang. What'd you bring?
So I was in the grocery store, and this is still the only one of this I have seen, and it was in a random like Mountain Dew
Oh,
machine thingy.
okay.
There was one bottle of Ginger Snapped.
Oh man, everybody's trying
They
this.
didn't. They didn't have any six packs.
Okay,
They didn't have any cases. They didn't have like I've been looking,
I still
but
have.
there
I
was
have.
one bottle in there. Like somebody brought it and decided, probably not going to drink this. Let me switch it out for something else.
I have 12, or I have 12. I have two 12 packs.
Didn't you guys try this? Didn't I see somebody pop up
Yes,
trying
yeah,
this?
I did this with Ray, and I did it. Somebody, Jeff and Candace, I think, did it short, and
Mhm.
I like it. I've had a couple since. I don't know that it really tastes like gingerbread. Somebody
So
compared it
you
to
like but don't love?
somebody compared it to ginger ale, and it's almost a citrusy ginger ale cinnamon taste. I don't
The
know.
color throws me off.
Yeah, the color is actually kind of a weird choice. It's almost kind of like they should have gone for brown, but I think
I think
like
they were trying to make more white out,
yeah, make like a
and they
cream.
accidentally put some ginger in it.
I think I would have made it like a cream soda color if I were making that.
Oh,
I think that'd also probably be a better comparison. I don't know.
well,
It's
I'm
odd.
about to find out.
All right, I'm gonna open this bag.
More bang for your buck. Ooh,
Oh, it smells like
regrets.
fake cotton candy, which I mean, I guess cotton candy's not really real, but like that cotton candy flavor smell.
Like that pure sugar
Yeah.
just got melted and put on a cone.
Yeah, but it's got a smell. Cotton. Everybody who says that it's like sugar. It smells like sugar. Like, what does that mean?
So this actually smells like gingerbread,
Uh huh.
which is nice. I think a crumb went in my nose,
Do you
stuck
like
in my beard.
Do you like gingerbread?
I don't not like it.
Okay.
It's not something I go out of my way to get.
When you're at a bakery around this time of year, you don't be like, give me one of those gingerbread cookies.
No,
Okay. We're different people.
I'm not a holiday person.
That's it's basically the excuse to go in the bakery to me at this point right now.
What's a bakery? Like, I mean,
You
I
know,
go to the grocery store.
a place that makes baked goods. Grocery store has gingerbread cookies probably this time of year too.
Probably.
All right, I'm gonna taste it. Okay, so I had the cotton candy Faygo, and I don't know what was about that. Was that it was just sugar and it was too sweet and too strong. This is like a flavor that's kind of nice.
Are you a juggalo, Dave?
It's kind of like
Drinking Faygo?
bubble gum. Is that a weird comparison? It's like sweet bubble gum taste, but it's cotton candy. I'm kind of on board. I'm kind of on board.
You're kind of on board?
I don't hate
It's-
it. I don't hate it.
It's not awful, huh?
Right.
Mm. So,
Weird.
the ginger in this, it's like a weird undertone hint.
Wait till you see our live chat.
But it's, I don't know. This isn't bad, but it's not great.
It's kind of how I feel about it. I've had a couple
It's-
cans.
It's like the flavor is, it's not overwhelming. It's not overpowering. You can drink it. It tastes good, but almost indescribable. Like you said, ginger ale, cream soda,
Right.
not ginger beer.
No, definitely not ginger beer. It's got a gingerbread taste, but it's also got the citrusy taste that we associate with Mountain Dew.
If they could have taken a little of that citrus out,
Yeah, I think so
it would
too.
have accentuated the ginger more.
Make it a
Then
little.
I'd probably like it less.
Yeah, make
But
it
as
a.
it is,
Yeah,
it feels like they just combined a couple of drinks together.
yeah. It could have been I don't know. It could have been a really sweet ginger ale, and I think Mountain Dew stepping in and saying we're gonna make, because ginger ale is kind of bitter, like, and good ginger ale is even more bitter, but like a really sweet version that had some sort of like vanilla-ish undertones or something, I feel like would work really well.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Or just
I
hit me up for Mountain Dew Dave's Ginger Ale.
Yeah,
That's
it'd
a
be
bad
online
flavor.
only. You have to order it through the Snack Network.
Yeah, exclusively available through the Dew store through the snacknetwork.com.
Drinking this, there's a slight gingerbreadish aftertaste.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like a hint. It's not like one that lingers, but it's there for a second. And that makes me feel like if I belch later, I'm going to taste a gingerbread man.
Oh, you'll taste it a little bit. I assure you, you will taste it. It's so cotton candy bang. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Will I finish this can willingly? Yes. Would I recommend it? No. No, I would not. I think.
Have you ever finished a can unwillingly?
No, I usually dump them out. The difference is I will
Really?
actually finish this can. Sometimes I will drink something on this channel and I will say, "Yeah, I didn't really like that. I'm not finishing it." Like I don't need to finish it. It's okay to get
That's
rid of
awkward.
things you don't like.
It is?
I know. It's wild.
Mark says hi.
I'm not sure what's happening in our lives.
Online strips without clothing. Oh, interesting. I'll be clicking that link, but I'm going to turn my volume off first, Dave.
Wow.
Mark says don't click the link, ban the person instead.
Okay. Good God. This is a live show. I don't have that ability up and right away.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, the Snack Network.
Okay.
We just got spammed.
Oh yeah, no, we're getting spam attacked by adult related content, and my mouse is not working.
Mark says if you make him a mod, he can ban people for us.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Just like not having the ability to block them, I also don't have the ability to make you a mod at the moment. I would.
The Snack Network. We have no power.
I'd be happy to make you a mod if I could. Hold on, everybody
The
who's
most consistent viewer we have. He's as inconsistent as we are recording.
tuning into the Snack Network. Hold on, guys. Don't worry. If you're listening to us live, this is a really weird moment, but
I hope you're not watching live, though. I just got a close up of Dave's eye and nose. You know what makes me hungry? Bald white guy putting his head right up against the screen.
oh my gosh, hold on. Why did I not see when I go to it? Why do I not see the live chat of all the people?
I've got a gingerbread snapped right here. And in my face, I've got a ginger. His name is Dave. Should I be getting close to the screen, too?
Pulling up the live tools. Okay. Why don't you show me what's...
This makes great audio.
Hey, you could entertain them.
Entertain them? Oh, hello, guys. Mark, I don't know what's happening either. Dave's trying to figure out how to make the Snap Network run properly. He's done a lot of YouTube in his days, but he's never gotten porn spam before, except for in his email inbox.
And on Skype.
Oh, he gets us. Wow, those porn people will spam you anywhere. I mean, just the other day, I got a bunch of porn spam in my OnlyFans account. I was like, where'd this come from? Doobie doobie doo. Mark, do you like football? Why'd you bring it up? You a college fan, a pro fan, high school only? You like your local team from Chippewa? We can almost read the top of Dave's headphones. Audio Technica. That probably means good quality.
Okay. Well, here. I'm going to give Mark, because I have that ability now. All right. You're now a moderator. Congratulations. Wow, that was my favorite thing that's ever happened.
Mark is now our first moderator.
We have one.
We'll never see him again.
As the comments seem to have slowed down, it appears. But
well, they hit us 3 times and left.
Yeah, and I hit report, but it didn't let me ban them. I could put them in timeout, but I wanted to actually.
Oh, in time. Excuse me, you've been bad. Go to the corner. You've got 5 minutes.
As I say that, they continue. Anyway.
Mark banned him. Cool. He's now got a little wrench next to his name.
Anyway, Mark, I appreciate you. I appreciate that moment. Everybody who enjoyed that, I'm not editing it out of the podcast.
You might want to timestamp it.
You know what? Anybody
2 minutes of awkwardness.
That was a hilarious, wonderful moment. Anyway, as we do on the Snack Network, everybody tunes in to listen to our latest updates on the news that's going on in the world of snacks. And that's not really a true thing that actually happens, but we did talk about something last week, and I'd like to acknowledge what has come out recently since.
Dave, I was very disappointed when you sent me this link.
I'm very disappointed in this entire situation. Mark Shealy, you're a criminal.
You're a criminal?
So
is he a smooth criminal?
No. Okay, here's the deal. Last week we talked about the Kyle Shealy mealy, which was a thing that came of a guy on TikTok named Kyle Shealy making a giant cardboard cutout that he found out he could just put into a gas station. So he set up a giant cardboard cutout in a Come and Go. He pretended as if all this was a original idea and had nothing to do with any sort of marketing campaign. Puts it up, it goes viral. The TikTok community finds this cutout, takes a bunch of pictures with it. Then he gets on a phone call with Come and Go's marketing team, and to do a Kyle Shealy mealy, which was to donate to charity, and seemed like a really cool thing. And then it came out that Kyle Shealy was always in talks with Come and Go's marketing team. Had already previously had a conversation about making a influencer meal with Come and Go, and sure, maybe the cardboard cutout idea was an original idea, but the fact that he already had previous relationships with the company that, was sponsoring it and making it a reality just kind of disappoints me. It's not viral anymore. If you it's not this viral, cool, amazing, funny thing that happened when sure, you were given free reign to go make this cardboard cutout, like it was your original idea, but you already knew that Come and Go wasn't coming after you.
There's 2 ways I would have liked to have seen this go. One, it would have been really interesting, and I'm sure completely ignored, if it didn't go viral and it didn't gain the TikTok traction that it did, and people didn't care.
Right.
So they would have just ignored it and removed it silently and never addressed it. But with the way that it blew up and with all the attention that it got, I just would have preferred if they didn't bother making a statement and they just pretended that it was a viral stunt. And then they went with it instead of coming out and being like, "Hey, I'm glad this blew up because that's what we planned."
Well, Adweek is the one who
my problem.
Adweek broke the story that he was always in talks with Come and Go, right? And it's not as if it wasn't an original idea, and it's not that he didn't like come up with it himself. It was just that he'd already had a conversation with their marketing team, not to do this specifically. They just said, "Go do something." Like he came up with this funny idea, but he portrayed it as if like he wasn't associated with that brand at all, and it's just like this disgusting thing that like this funny story is now just tainted with this like he kind of just lied. Like sure,
Well, from reading the article, that was the plan. The plan was to just do something to try to make it go viral, and then follow through and make the meal and be like, oh, look what came about this.
But
I would have preferred to live in my little world where it didn't come out that this was a pre-planned stunt.
Right. That there was no previous talks. There was no prior relationship. There was no. This was a guy had a funny idea. He went and did it, and then the company reached out to him.
Yeah.
Instead, he's got connections with Red Bull and Come and Go, and then there's the kind of like thing. It's like, look, by no stretch is the Snack Network an influencer channel, right? Our joke is to taste things and be funny and be a part of this community and be honest, right? Like that's the key here. Is if we don't like something, we're gonna say it. That never does something being something I don't like hinder my ability to say it, even if a company sends it to us, right? Like I give Pepsi like crap when they send us Cracker Jack Pepsi, right? Like it was like, this is the best Pepsi I've ever had. Wink, wink. It's not Coke, like I don't care. Like if a company wants us to do something with them, I want to do it because we actually genuinely like doing it. And I also wouldn't lie to the audience. I would have said, I've been talking to Come and Go about making a meal. They told me to do whatever I want. So I saw these cardboard cutouts, like that, or just don't do that. If a company reached out and said, hey, we would like to partner with you to make some sort of influencer meal, I'd be like, that sounds stupid. Like,
don't get
me wrong.
I have grandiose visions of 7-Eleven reaching out to us right now.
But
we're gonna have an influencer Snack Network hot dog.
Look, I work for 7-Eleven. If 7-Eleven wants to reach out to us, and we want to sell like a grape Snack Network slushie or Slurpee, it'd be a Slurpee, right? If we're partnering with 7-Eleven, I'd be all about that. But we'd be honest from the get-go, right? It'd be like, we're trying the Snack Network Slurpee. It's purple. It's really, really purple because that's what our logo is. Haha, it's hilarious. Ew, this is way too sweet. I don't know. God, it's so many layers of crappy that he had to do this and ruin it. And I will no longer respect Kyle Sheely. And I will never trust. It also just ruins like the level of trust when somebody does something like this. Somebody who has a bunch of following already, a bigger internet influence, and then pretends to do this thing, I start to question it more.
What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to pretend to work at Lowe's until they start giving me a paycheck, Dave.
It's Christmas season.
I'm just going to record videos of me wearing my Lowe's vest.
It's the Christmas
season.
I'm
going to just pretend to help customers, and then I'm going to act all surprised when I get a check.
What
happened?
It's one of the things in the movies that we watch this time of year. It's Christmas season. We got Gingerbread Mountain Dew, right? Every time I watch Elf, and he just goes into that.
You've watched Elf more than once?
I've watched Elf thousands of times. I love this movie.
Sad. So horrible.
And he goes into the department store, and he's dressed up as an elf, and the guy that runs the store just assumes he works there. And yet, nothing comes of that. Did he get paychecks? He definitely didn't get paychecks to Buddy the Elf. He just shows up to work because he was told to. And he's just working there. I always question it. It's the one thing in the movie that, just drives me bonkers. He doesn't work there, but he doesn't understand. I don't know.
Maybe I'll try watching it again this year.
You don't like the movie Elf?
I don't like Will Ferrell.
You don't like him specifically for the role of Elf?
I don't like him specifically. I don't like his acting, his comedy style.
Have you?
I don't like any of the movies that everyone thinks is popular and hilariously funny. I like him in Old School,
Okay.
where he's not in there very much.
Do you have like specific examples of movies you don't like him in?
I don't like Elf.
I don't you're telling me that you've watched Elf. Oh, the NASCAR movies suck. Everybody loves that movie. I hate that movie.
Basketball movie he made. I don't like where he's the focus of the movie.
God, see, Elf is like the exception to that rule to me. Like I don't love those other movies. The
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers has got a couple. Step Brothers has got a couple funny quotable lines. It's not the greatest movie ever. It's not that funny. I like that movie for the couple moments, and that's it.
That's how I felt about Anchorman.
I also don't love
all
Anchorman.
The moments that I liked are like Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Not Ron Burgundy.
Same. Elf hits me in all the right ways.
Well, like I said, I have kids now, so maybe I can watch it with them, and they'll change my mind.
I love that movie. I love Elf.
Where can I stream it, Dave?
You can't. I think I just own it.
Oh.
Although if you buy it on iTunes, I don't know if you're an iTunes movie user.
No.
The bonus features that come with it, I put up a TikTok about this. They're hilarious.
Maybe I'll buy it on Xbox, Dave.
I don't know if it comes with the bonus features on Xbox, but if it does, watch those mini documentaries about the people who are like obsessed with Christmas decorations. It is wild. These people are nuts. The first one you watch, you'll be like, okay, that person's pretty crazy. And then you get to the next lady who's like, I spend 6 months decorating my house. And they'll like show this lavish, giant Christmas decorated house. And they'll pan down and they'll show the bathroom. And you're like, okay. And they show the toilet. And you're like, there's literally nothing on the toilet. Why are you showing the toilet? And then you realize there's a hole in the wall. Yet this lady spent millions of dollars on Christmas decorations, and they're making this documentary, and yet they still showed this literally like gouged, broken hole in the drywall next to a toilet for no reason. And then there's the crazy lady who dressed up
trying to make a peephole.
This lady dresses up as Frosty every year, and it's terrifying. It's shit right out of a horror movie. Anyway,
I bet the children in the neighborhood like it.
You think so, and then you see this, and you're like, I hope that everybody's just pretending to like this. This woman makes me actively nervous. Okay, I put another article.
I was going to ask if we were doing the other article, or if we were skipping it.
Okay, I already forgot what I put in here.
Okay, so the other article is basically food creations that were mistakes.
Yeah, I think these are fun because chips were a mistake. That's the
buffalo wings. Chocolate brownies were supposed to be some sort of cake, but then they screwed it up and it deflated.
Okay.
Wings were created because they ordered turkey necks and got wings instead. So they just deep fried them. I'm just going to read off some of the things that were mistakes and tell me if you'd like me to read their facts.
I don't know if
champagne.
Turkey necks? Do people eat turkey necks? Have I ever ate meat off a turkey neck?
I don't know. You know what was a mistake, Dave?
Okay.
Blue cheese. You know what's still a mistake, Dave? Blue cheese.
I was going to say, blue
cheese. Disgusting. Like, the legend has it, blue cheese was invented by accident when a drunken cheesemaker left behind a half-eaten loaf of bread in a cheese cave. First of all, I would like to find a cheese cave. On returning, he discovered the moldy bread had transferred to the cheese, turning it blue. And yet he decided to eat this? Like, my bread is now funny colors. Let me stick this in my mouth. TV dinners, popsicles, the sandwich, soda floats.
Hold on. How do you make TV dinners by accident?
All right, let me scroll back up,
This
Dave.
seems like
Okay.
marketing. This seems like the problem we just discussed.
Despite earlier attempts to crack the ready meal market, it wasn't until Swanson Foods made a royal business blunder that left it with 520,000 pounds of excess turkey after Thanksgiving. The TV dinners, it said, annoyed bosses requested staff think up a way to avoid wasting it. So they put it in plastic and shipped it off to us.
Sounds pretty stupid. That sounds very planned out.
There's
That sounds like not an accident to me. Good job, article.
beer was an accident. Tofu was an accident.
Beer,
Talk
beer,
about something that should just go away.
beer makes sense. Beer makes sense as kind of an accident, although I feel like the original beer would have been very messed up if you didn't plan it out.
Probably.
Because making beer is kind of a method. Like there's a science to it.
Yeah. Pudding, cheese puffs. Cheese puffs were an accident, Dave.
Yeah, that makes
It's a
sense.
long line, and most of it's boring to read. But if you
Except,
go to lovefood.com from the links in our show notes,
uh-huh.
close all the ads that pop up every 3 seconds. You can find your favorite food that was also an accident.
Yeah, we continue to eat all these things. Does that make you nervous? That's the part that makes me kind of nervous. Like, cutting potatoes too thin and accidentally making fries doesn't seem that scary, right? Because we were already eating and cooking potatoes. Like, we already knew that.
Right.
Like, there's nothing weird in there, but like you leaving some cheese in a cheesecake with some bread and like it turns blue. Like, I don't know. I found some like blue mold once. I won't say where, and
It wasn't on your cheese, was
it
it?
was not on my cheese, and I was just so horrified by the existence that this was a thing I had discovered. I was like, how do I get rid of this? And is it even safe to touch it, let alone eat it?
So you
Like,
threw away your sandwich.
yep. I threw away my sandwich. That grew blueness overnight.
Because you left it in your room as a teenager
Oh my
and just
god.
never got back to it.
Dude, the amount of food that I used to eat in my room disgusts me now.
Because of the amount of cleanup that it would require to make your room not disgusting.
Yeah, like how did I allow to exist in a room that was so disgusting as a teenager? Like, how did I do that?
Yeah, it's really weird because as a teenager, you
I-
either go out and exist with your friends only, or you lock yourself in a room. You quarantine in a room
Right,
where the only time you come out is for food,
right. Basically, I
and then
kind
you go
of,
back into that room.
and you bring the food in with you, and
Yes,
then
and usually you leave the food and the plates in there for 6 to 8 months until somebody yells at you.
right, or
And
you're
then you bring them downstairs, and everybody's like, "Oh, look, we have dishes again. I guess
Yeah.
we didn't need to buy the new ones."
yeah, or your dad comes in at 8 p.m. every single night and goes, "Any dishes?" And you go, "Yeah, here's 6 cups." I don't know this
Because
from
I couldn't actually bring one downstairs and reuse it.
I don't know this from experience. This is not coming from my exact childhood, but it actually
I
is.
think it's coming from everybody's childhood.
Like I think about that now, and like every night after I eat dinner, we eat dinner in the living room most of the time, just to watch the one TV show a day that I watch, right? And
Because it was only on at 8 p.m.
well,
on Tuesdays.
that's a whole nother term. But anyway, that's what we do. And every night I clean up those dishes. Everything gets put in the kitchen every night. There are no stray dishes in this entire house now. And the idea that there would be any, like, freaks me out. I left. We
That's
shot
because you don't have children.
we shot a couple videos at the bar the other night with Francois, or also known as Ben, and we shot them. And I left 2 of the beer steins on the bar, and like it was the next day, and I was like, I left these out all night. What have I done? There's nothing. It's fine. It's
When
fine.
I come and visit, I'm going to hide dishes
Oh my
throughout
God.
your house
Oh my god.
so that you're finding them days later.
Just hide clean dishes, because if they
Oh no, I'm going to use them all. Like, I'm going to take a sip out of something and I'll leave like half a beer behind your amiibos.
When I was looking at
Maybe I'll put an amiibo in it,
when I was
like
looking at
like one of your
houses,
extra Pac-Man ones. I'll
when
just
I was
drop them in there.
okay, when I was looking at houses, I went to this house, and this whole house is cleaned out. The entire thing was empty. It was potentially kind of like an okay house, okay. And in the basement though, there was this door, and it's one of those like access doors, like it's not really a door, right? But I opened it because you're looking at the house.
Hmm.
And what this should have been was like an old wine cellar slash like storage room. Like it was slightly raised off the cement floor, but it was still a cement floor. Like it was just basically like a little tiny space that I wouldn't even call a closet thing. It was super thin. Anyway, climbed in, okay, and I looked to my left, and there's a toilet. Okay, there's a toilet. There's just a random toilet. There's no sink. This isn't a bathroom. It's not a finished room. It's just a toilet. Okay? And on the opposite side, there's these rafters. And I looked up and I saw something like that didn't it, like an actual color, like a brightness. And I reached up in the rafters. Why would I do this? And I pulled down a half drinking can of beer. Just like an old ass can of beer. I'm like, this was like the secret toilet drinking room, apparently.
So I'm so disappointed that you didn't buy this place because you could have had yourself a hidden bathroom, Dave.
You know what? I thought about that. It wasn't so dirty that you couldn't have used that. Like I don't know. It's like you give that room like a decent scrub, and you'd be like, yeah,
It's like
using
the
that
guy
toilet.
that made it was having fights with his wife.
Yeah,
So he found a place to hide and drink.
yeah,
But then he got to the point where he was going to have to come out and face her because he needed to go to the bathroom. So he's like, "Well, what can I do?" And then, like out of nowhere, he's like, "Well, fuck it, I'm just going to put a toilet here."
yeah. I can put a drain
So he
here.
ran the plumbing and everything, and this was all just to avoid his wife.
Yeah, the secret drinking room. I love that literally the only speck of real dirt in that house was that can that had been hidden in the rafters.
Oh, you should have tasted it. That would have
Oh
been a
my
good
God,
snack
no!
after the
I would
video.
have died.
Oh,
Oh, nah, that
Dave.
that
So
secret
that
toilet
story
room
made
was
me think.
too much. Okay, yeah.
I want to put I want to put a door in a random spot in a house, whether it's just a wall that goes nowhere or even like on the floor, like you know how those old doors used to go to basements,
Yeah,
like from the outside.
yeah.
Like I just want to put a door there, and when you sell the house, you just tell people, no, don't touch that. You only get access to that room if you purchase.
You know, what'd be really fun is to like put one of those floor doors in. Like I don't know if you have a basement, but if you could,
No,
no, don't have a basement.
I'm
If you-
very sad. I want a basement, but I live in a place where basements don't exist.
yeah, I don't know how Vegas really works. Anyway, you just for the fun of it, you get one of those doors.
Hmm.
You put just enough space underneath it that it seems like there's actually space beneath. Like if you're looking at the door, you think it opens to something, but it doesn't. But you put like a rug over it, right? And then you make sure that when people are looking at this house to buy it, you find out if they find that or not. And if they don't, they bought the house, and you know that someday they're going to move that rug and they're going to find this door that goes nowhere. I think it would be really funny.
I like this idea.
You see
Now I'm gonna have to go buy another house.
you see the TikTok that somebody like was digging up their patio, like they were taking apart the patio and they realized that there were steps under the patio that went down, and then it was just like access to like an underground like an
Bunker.
old wine cellar bunker thing, like what the heck? But they had put the patio over it, so no one ever would have found that.
I wonder if like somebody bought the house and put the patio over it to cover it up because they didn't like it.
I mean, you wouldn't want to be down there. It's basically just a hole in the ground. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the Snack Network Live. I'm Dave.
We had cotton candy, gingerbread,
Uh-huh.
and porn
Spam.
only in our chat.
And Cotton Candy and Mark.
And Mark.
Mark reappeared. Mark made his new appearance.
Mark.
We appreciate you, Mark. We really do.
He so inconsistently shows up. I love it.
He's about as consistent as our show, let's be honest.
Hey. This is the most consistent thing I do.
I do apologize for not editing out our random spam porn chat. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time.
See you next Tuesday.
Maybe.
Probably. Oh.
Oh.
Dave?
Yes.
The other day, my wife came home.